New Year to all of you. See, a new year is not just a change of date. Actually, it's a renewed commitment to learning, skilling, and becoming a better version of ourselves. And especially in today's rapidly evolving world, those who continuously build skills and sharpen their thinking are the ones who stay relevant, resilient, and ahead. So, in this new year 2026, in the first session of Guruvaar Ka Gyaan, I welcome you all. In today's business environment, facts and figures are abundant, but what truly creates impact is the story behind them. So, a powerful business narrative just doesn't inform, it inspires trust, drives decisions, moves people to action. So, whether you are leading a team or pitching an idea or selling a vision, storytelling has become a critical leadership skill. So, in today's session, the power of business narrative, uh, we will help learn how to transform data into direction, messages into meaning, and communication into influence. And we're delighted to have Parul Sood, who's a very renowned and sought after corporate trainer and founder of the Persona Lab. So she will share practical insights on how storytelling can be used for influence, sales, and leadership. So I'm sure this session will add real value to your professional journey. So once again, welcome you all, and let's begin and make learning our strongest habit in this new year. Thank you. Over to you, Maniji.
Thank you, Ashokji, for the theme address. Now, I would invite our director in charge for CFE FX, Meenalji Khona, Advocate Meenalji Khona, for her blessings. Sachin, is she there? Hello.
Ma'am, Meenal ji is unavailable today.
Oh, okay. No issues. She's always been a big support to us, and maybe she is stuck somewhere. So, taking it forward, now I once again formally welcome you to this power packed session, the power of business narrative. We all know हमने नानी दादी की कहानियां सुनी है बचपन में और हम नींद ले लेते थे उन कहानियों को सुन के और तब हमें अच्छे संस्कार मिलते थे उन कहानियों से. The morals of the stories were very important and they used to make us better human beings, better individuals to tackle different situations in life through the Nani and Dadi stories. बट आज स्टोरी टेलिंग ने एक नया रूप ले लिया है. हम सब सालों से देखें, अगर हम रिफ्लेक्ट करें तो हम हमेशा स्टोरी टेलिंग यूज करते हैं. हम कहानियां बताते हैं कि ऐसा हुआ था, तब हमने ऐसा किया था, या मैंने इस चीज को मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया है. तो हमेशा हम कहानियां सुनाते हैं, बट कहानियों को कैसे एक स्ट्रक्चर देना है वो आज हम सीखेंगे. सो स्टोरी टेलिंग हैज बिकम अ स्ट्रेटेजिक स्किल, बिजनेस स्किल टुडे, क्योंकि इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू प्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ वेरी इम्पैक्टफुली, कि लोग आपको भूले नहीं. अगर कोई आपसे मिला है तो क्यों आपको याद रखे, वो काम स्टोरी टेलिंग कर सकता है. सो टुडे वी हैव अ वेरी लवली स्पीकर विद अस, पारुल जी सूद, who's a corporate trainer. She's a leadership and communication coach, 15 plus years of experience, and she has been trained by Mr. Shiv Khera. You can win. आप सबने शिव खेरा जी का नाम सुना होगा. So she is his student, and we are extremely honored to have her in our session today. So we learn impactful storytelling. अब सेल्स और अपने बिजनेस के रेवेन्यू को बढ़ाना स्टोरी टेलिंग के द्वारा ही हो सकता है. ये हम सीखेंगे आज in a very structured format. So over to you, Parul ji. Once again, thank you for coming on board. We welcome you.
And Shashiji Meenalji has just joined. So
Okay.
we
So,
can have.
Parul ji, I will just take another minute. Minal ji, Jai Jinendra, and we look forward to your blessings. Minal ji.
यस यस सादर जय जिनेन्द्र टू ऑल एंड सभी को आज के ये इवेंट की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं एंड बधाइयाँ. इतना सुंदर हम बातें करते, बहुत बार है ना, बातों बातों से बिजनेस बढ़ता है. तो आज ये जो हम बातें करते हैं, एग्जांपल्स देते हैं, हमारे एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करते हैं, उसका एक स्ट्रक्चर वे हमें पारुल जी से पता चलेगा. सो CFE के सभी आशीष जी एंड पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ। इतना सुंदर गुरुवार के ज्ञान का आपने जो ये ज्ञान की गंगा बहाई है, ये हर जगह में मुझे तो लगता है हर कोई ये गुरुवार के ज्ञान के सेशन की राह देखता है कि हमें और कुछ नया सीखने मिले। ज़्यादा किसी का टाइम नहीं लेते हुए लेट्स गो अहेड एंड हैव द पारुल जी सेशन एंड बेस्ट विशेष टू टीम पार्टिसिपेंट्स। आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप इतनी अच्छी संख्या में हमेशा हमारे साथ जुड़ते हो, हमारा भी हौसला बढ़ता है कि हम अच्छे से अच्छा इवेंट एंड स्पीकर आपके लिए लेकर आए, नया स्किलिंग कुछ लेकर आए। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू मीनल जी, आपके ब्लेसिंग्स के बिना अब तो ये बहुत ही एकदम फैंटास्टिक सेशन होने वाला है क्योंकि आपका आशीर्वाद मिल गया। तो विदाउट टेकिंग मच टाइम, पारुल जी, ओवर टू यू। We will learn why storytelling matters in business, sales, and leadership.
Thank you so much, Sashi. Thank you so much for inviting me, Mani, for this beautiful, wonderful session. I see so many people joining in, but I do not see their faces. So that is a little put off from my side because I am talking to people when I see them. So that's, see, we may be discussing these things digitally, but I still would love to see eyes, those features. I'm talking to people, right? Amazing, wonderful, great, 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 great. Good to see, Lokesh, good to see Manish, good to see Rajiv, Uday, Mani, Ashok, so many people smiling and yes, making this session energetic. And I promise you, I am going to make this session as energetic as you, as energetic I am, right? So this is going to be a brilliant session on storytelling. But before we move forward, let me ask you, what do you think storytelling is? See, good or bad, whatever you put it over chat or whatever you say, let us make it very interactive. We are few people, you can just unmute yourself, say something about it. What you feel storytelling is? आपको क्या लगता है क्या है storytelling? और जो आपको लगता है वो सही है, वो सही है। मैं ये भी प्रूव करूंगी कि आपको कैसे लगता है कि वो सही है, आपको मतलब मुझे कैसे लगता है कि वो सही है। फ्लो एंड एक्साइटमेंट फ्रॉम दीपक जैन। एंड yes, let's go on to the chat. Sharing experience, then tell about oneself, journey, emotional connection, experiencing oneself, all right answers we are getting. हमको सारे right answers मिल रहे हैं। Now you see things around you. Plot, utopian, and okay, storytelling is a vision of reality encompassed in a picture form, convincing people. Storytelling is storytelling. Storytelling means what we say, how we say, experiences when shared in a way become story. Amazing. All beautiful answers. Guidance. Yes, yes, yes. All answers are beautiful, and I accept all the answers. Reason being, now you can pick up anything that is kept right in front of you and show us. Anything that is kept right in front of you. Yeah. Anybody? I can't see many people actually. All right. Anyway, whatever right now is in front of you, whatever thing you carry, whatever thing you hold, the dress that you are wearing, somebody convinced you to buy that, right? Somebody on earth has convinced you to buy that. Okay, somebody has said knife. Even knife, you just, when you were buying the knife or when somebody gifted you the knife, they must have thought, why should they be giving it to you? Right? So there's a story behind it. There's a story behind everything that we buy, right? So stories are something that convince us. Now, you may get convinced with a bad story, you may get convinced with a good story. It is totally your way of getting convinced. But story is something that convinces us to buy something, right? Whatever we have in life, whatever we create in life, whatever tangible or intangible we have, सारे रिश्ते हमारे जो हमारे पास हैं वो भी स्टोरी टेलिंग के बेसिस पर हैं। वो हमारा वैल्यू सिस्टम बनाते हैं, वो हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस बनाते हैं। हम उन जैसे लोगों से शादी करते हैं जो हम जिनसे कन्विंस हो जाते हैं, राइट? सो सब स्टोरी पर बेस्ड है। ऑल ऑफ दिस अर्थ इज बेस्ड ऑन स्टोरी। सब कुछ स्टोरी पर बेस्ड है। जो बिल्डिंग, उसका नक्शा, उसका आर्किटेक्ट, ग्लास कैसा लगाना है, कौन सा फ्लोरिंग होनी चाहिए, सब कुछ स्टोरी पर बेस्ड है। और स्टोरी टेलिंग इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है हम सबके लिए क्योंकि वो हमारे को सिर्फ, इट्स नॉट ओनली हेल्पिंग अस इन सेलिंग, इट इज ऑल्सो मेकिंग आवर वैल्यू सिस्टम स्ट्रांग, राइट? स्टोरी टेलिंग से हमारा वैल्यू सिस्टम भी बहुत स्ट्रांग बनता है, और वो वैल्यू सिस्टम जो हमारा बनता है वो हमको सारे डिसीजंस लेने में हेल्प करता है, अब वो कोई भी डिसीजन हो, right? So this is about storytelling, what I feel about stories. And I'll give you one bookish definition of what storytelling is. Storytelling is the ability to communicate ideas, decisions, data, or experiences in structured, human, and relatable ways so that people understand, remember, and act. It is one way of making people act, right? You are teaching a child something, the child is learning something from you, and the child is now taking some action, right? Because he learned that story. We all know grapes are sour, yes or no? We all know that story because it had some insight, it had some moral. सबको पता है अंगूर खट्टे हैं, एक स्टोरी, क्योंकि हमने एक स्टोरी सुनी थी, राइट? खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे, ये कहाँ से आती हैं सारे, जो जितनी भी ये मॉरल्स हैं, जितनी भी ये हमारी शिक्षा मिलती है हमें कहानी से, ये हम अप्लाई करते हैं. देन वी मीट सच पीपल एंड व्हेन द पर्सन बिहेव्स इन सच अ वे, वी रिमेंबर द स्टोरी, वी गो बैक टू दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टोरी एंड वी रिमेंबर दैट मॉरल कि हाँ, खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे, ये तो वही ऐसे एक्ट कर रहा है, ये इंसान तो उस स्टोरी के राजा की तरह एक्ट कर रहा है. वी Right? Why? Because we know the stories, and the more we read, the more people tell us the story, the more we see stories right in front of us, and the more we create stories, the more our experience builds on storytelling technique also. राइट? और स्टोरी टेलिंग, एक फोटोग्राफर होता है, वो क्या देखता है? वो एक फ्रेम में देखता है सब कुछ, उसके हाथ में कैमरा भी नहीं होता ना, उसको सब कुछ फ्रेम में दिखाई दे रहा होता है. वो पहाड़ देखता है, वो नदी देखता है, वो जंगल देखता है, वो कुछ भी देखता है, उसको लगता है इसको मैं फ्रेम में कैप्चर कर लेता हूँ, क्योंकि वो फ्रेम से, अब फ्रेम से चीजें देखता है, वो आंखों से भी देखता है, पर उसको लगता है मैं अगर इसे फ्रेम में कैप्चर करूंगा तो कैसा लगेगा. अ पेंटर डज दैट, राइट? सो द सेम वेरी वे व्हाट द स्टोरी टेलर डज इज, a storyteller sees story in everything. A storyteller creates story from everything. And today's workshop, what I promise you in today's workshop is, I'm not promising you that you will become storytellers immediately. You all are storytellers. I totally vouch for that. But I don't say that you become great storytellers. But this workshop will give you a mindset, will give you that mindset shift, and you'll start seeing things from that perspective. राइट? एक स्ट्रक्चर हमें मिल जाएगा और एक हमको तरीका मिल जाएगा जिससे हम ये समझने लगेंगे कि हाँ, इसे स्टोरी में भी स्पिन किया जा सकता है. अरे मैं ऐसे बोल देता तो शायद वो ज्यादा मेरे से डील हो जाती या मेरी डील क्लोज हो जाती, मैंने इस तरीके से बोला होता, राइट? सो वो सब एक्सप्रेशन आपको आज की स्टोरीज में मिलेगा. एंड प्लीज पार्डन मी इफ यू फील दैट माई प्रेजेंटेशन इज गोइंग टू बी slightly loaded with text. This is for one reason, because I want you all to become great storytellers, and promise me today in chat by typing yes that you all are with me today, and we are going to have a great time learning storytelling techniques, right? And you also promise me that you're going to stay till the end. Yay, wonderful. We are getting great yeses today. Awesome. Great. All right. So before I set my presentation on screen, I would love to play a game with you. Okay. I would love to play a game which is, there is a myth and there is a fact. Okay. Myth and a fact. I will read out some statements. I'm going to read it out using my phone. You have to now hear it very carefully. Okay, listen to the statements very carefully and put it over chat कि आपको लगता है ये myth है कि fact है. Okay, and we are going to bust all the myths today, and we are going to rely on facts today. And we will also learn how to humanize the facts that we are going to be learning today. All right, so I am now reading the myths and the facts, and you have to play this game with me and tell me on your chat. M is for myth, F is for fact. F is for fact. M myth, F fact. Okay. All right. Number one, storytelling needs long, detailed narratives to be effective. Perfect. You all are good listeners. Amazing. Somebody, Manish said, he said Fact. No, Manish, it's a myth. Great, you're participating. I love this participation. Wonderful, wonderful. Great energy in the room. All right. Yes. So I read storytelling needs long, detailed narratives to be effective. No, your every sentence can be converted into a story. Even a small sentence, right? Some people say two sentences and then they make a mark on people's personality. And some people keep saying, but still they blabber and you don't trust them. Why? It's the same reason, right? Okay. Number two, even one clear moment or sentence can make a powerful story. One clear moment or sentence can create a powerful story. Fact. Wonderful. Great. Fact. Yes, it is a fact. Yes, it is a fact. One clear moment or sentence can make a powerful story. It is a fact. Great. Storytelling is only for creative and artistic people. Myth. It is a learnable skill. Storytelling is a learnable skill, and we all can learn to express ourselves. Right? It's a myth. Good storytelling requires advanced or impressive vocabulary. English तो अच्छी होनी चाहिए. Myth. Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Amazing. We all are on the right page, same page. Everybody is on the same page. Simple conversational language makes stories relatable and memorable. साधारण भाषा में बात की जाने वाली स्टोरी भी याद रह जाती है. Correct. Stories are emotional and therefore not professional. It is a myth. Yes. Not all stories are emotional, but they are used for professional use too. You need a big life event or dramatic experience to tell a story. If nothing has happened big or dramatic in your life, you cannot tell a story. Myth. It is a myth. Yes, it is a myth. Wonderful. Great. Now okay. Stories bring meaning to data and help people understand and take decisions. It is a fact. It is a fact, yes. And the last one, everyday work experiences are the most effective business stories. Everyday work experiences are the most effective business stories. Yes, it's a fact. It's a fact. So I totally love this energy in the room. I love the participation. I love that we are now clear here what is myth and what is a fact, because this shows that this room is ready to learn. This room is ready to learn, and allow me to now share my screen with you. Give me a moment. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so in today's agenda, what is storytelling and why it is important? Learning to humanize the data. So we'll get straight to the humanizing part. But before this, we would like to, go through this story. There was a little ant. I'll read it out to you and I'll just ask the differences, right? What you feel and what you see. Okay, here. Or somebody would like to read it for me. Weber, would you like to read it? Weber on screen. Yeah, would you like to read? All right, let me read it out for you. There was a little ant who carried food all by himself. Every day, the ant felt tired and slow. One day, he asked other ants for help. Together, they carried the food easily. The ant learned that asking for help makes work easier. All right? Yeah? Yes? Next, let's see the similar story. It is a similar story, which now is in a professional business sense. There was a team member who tried to handle everything alone, just like an ant story. Work moved slowly and deadlines were tight. Once the team started collaborating and sharing tasks, and delivery improved. The real change was not effort, it was teamwork. Yeah? Yes. So when we see the first story, of a little ant, same story. Yeah. And when we see the story of a team member who was struggling, it's the same story. Now, what is common in this story? What is common in this story? Yeah, I'll just see the chat. Okay. Just a moment. Yeah. What is common in this story? Teamwork. The moral, doing everything by your own self. Okay. Common in this story is a problem and solution, right? A story always will have a problem, and a story will always have a solution. If your story doesn't have a solution, that means nobody is going to get convinced, right? Your story should always have some solution. Now, these two stories are quite similar. They're quite similar, these stories. Right, they're quite similar. Where the ant had a problem, here the team member had a problem. The solution was that he asked for help, there the ant asked for help. Right? Right? That's the solution. Now, coming back to this. Version A, data heavy explanation. I request everyone to please keep speaking in between because I cannot see you because of the presentation is in full screen, right? So you'll have to keep interacting and speaking with me. Otherwise, I feel that I'm talking to myself, right? So version A, data heavy explanation. Now, let us read this. Our customer satisfaction score dropped by 10% this quarter. Reports show delays in responses and gaps in communication across teams. Now, there is version B also. Let us see. Version B is, last week a customer waited 2 days for a reply. By the time we responded, they had already chosen another company. Not because our product was bad, but because they felt forgotten and the team did not follow up on time. Now tell me, which version do you think is the best here? Which version do you think is the best? Doing everything by, no, struggle, sharing the work, no, not shying away to ask it. This is also the problem solving, motivated. Are you replying on chat? Yeah. Okay. A. Yogesh is saying A. Pankaj is also saying A. Manish is saying B is more effective. But you know what? According to me, what is effective? Yes, a lot of people will say B and a lot of people will say A. Nothing is wrong in this. Everything is subjective. But according to me, if we apply version B along with the data in the end, then it will become more effective, right? A lot of people will tell you that do not use data heavy explanations, but I feel data should come. Data should be incorporated with story based explanation. When data is incorporated in the end, after you set the stage, that means after you bring the emotional side of the person out, then you talk about the data, because people think logically, yes, but they take decisions emotionally. Yeah. So yeah. So whenever we are talking about the story, data heavy explanation or version B, definitely version B is more powerful here. But if we incorporate, like for example, I'll just try to make it easy for you. Version B of is, last week a customer waited 2 days for a reply. By the time we responded, they had already chosen another company. Not because our product was bad, but because they felt forgotten as the team did not follow up on time, and this led to 10% decrease in our profit, right? Because nobody followed up on time, and then you bring the number together. When you bring the number with story-based explanation a little later, then it makes more sense. Yeah? So are you with me? Are you with me? Yes. Yes, Sashi is there. Pankaj is there. Yes, yes, yes. Great. Wonderful. Awesome. All right. So how do we humanize? How do we humanize the data? Who gets affected, first of all? Just a minute. Yeah. Humanizing the data. Who does it affect? It affects the human. When we humanize, how we humanize the content? When we bring the human element in between, when we bring how people must have felt, right? What must have had, what must have happened because of this loss. Or if we increase the retention rate, or if we increase something, if you talk about any number, what action followed? That is the decision. Just a moment. So the deeper communication psychology is humans process emotions first, logic second. And a powerful storyteller starts with connection, talks about impact and outcome, and then states the logic or data. So the voice literally shifts the audience's brain straight from it's boring to it is making sense. And crafting stories beyond logic and numbers. Now, customer complaints reduced by 20%. I now need your help so that we create a story here, right? I'll just stop sharing and I'll just give you this customer complaints reduced by 20%. So we'll create a story. I would appreciate if you all participate and speak and talk and interact. So that would be lovely. That would really be lovely.
Sachin, can we do that? So people can, whoever wants to contribute or say something can raise their hands and Sachin can
Okay, all
unmute
right.
them.
Yes,
Otherwise, it
ma'am.
will
Now the
create into.
participants can unmute themselves.
Okay. Oh, all
So
right. So
one
I
at a
did not know
time
about
so
it.
that
Yeah.
it is more
Yeah.
organized and not chaotic. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So when I say the customer complaints reduced by 20%, when I say this, it probably doesn't make sense. But why it is happening? Why it is happening? If somebody would like to, increase, I mean, put the human content into it and humanize it, then that would be great. Customer complaints reduced by 20%. Can we do that
Effective
in chat?
listening,
Okay.
effective listening, and prompt
Effective listening.
replies.
Customer
Effective
complaints,
listening
yes. Yes, yes,
and
yes,
prompt
yes.
replies.
Prompt
Reduced
replies
turnaround
for
times
turnaround time, follow up.
and increased team efficiency.
Yes, increased team efficiency and of course the follow up also, right? Because
Yes.
right. And project delivery time reduced by 30%. When we say project delivery time reduced by 30%, what could be the stories? How can you spin this story? It's all about spinning the story. It's all about telling, what all happened, what we did because of this, something happened. Right? So project delivery time reduced by, okay, I think we are doing this too early. I'll just go to the next screen and I'll just explain that and then we can get back to this, right? So the deeper communications psychology, as I told you, it is human process emotions first and logic second, right? So when we talk about the numbers first, like customer complaints reduced by 20%, when we say this, what immediately happens is people do not get connected to it. But when we give them a reason, when we tell them why it is happening, then they understand, and then the logic part, takes the lead, and then they understand the data later. But first, they need to connect with the story. Right. So crafting, the business sales story framework. I'm coming to business story framework, which I'll just let you know now. Um, A simple repeatable structure for any business story is context. Number one is the context, where we set the situation first, right? And then there is a challenge. Like then we highlight the challenge. Now, every story, we even studied and read the ant story, and we also read the first story that I told you, the ant story. That also had the context, the challenge, the decision, the result, and the insight. Every story has this format, right? Context, set the situation. Challenge, highlight the challenge. Decision is action taken. What action did you take? Result, outcome achieved is the result. And then the insight, okay, the realization or the shift. Okay, so for this, I'll give you example as I share my screen now. Here. So the context is during a project launch, 3 teams were working in parallel, right? What is the challenge here? Each team assumed another team was handling final approvals. Then what was the decision that we took? We assigned one owner for all sign-offs. The outcome, the next phase launched on time, and the insight, ownership matters more than effort. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yes. Now, see the first story. As I mentioned, the first story, the ant story, right? What was the context there? There was a little ant who carried food all by himself. Challenge. What was the challenge? Every day the ant felt tired and slow. Decision. One day he asked other ants for help. Outcome. Together, they carried the food easily, and insight is the ant learned that asking for help makes work easier. Right? So there is always an insight, always a challenge. So whenever we are talking about any story, we are talking about the context. We are talking about context means what all happened. What was the situation? Then we talk about the challenge. Every day, ant felt tired. So it is not about the ant, basically, it is about the data. It is about what happened. It is then we took some decision that helped us to reach some outcome. And then there was an insight. Now let us see the previous story. Now, missed deadline was the story where the context was during a product launch, 3 teams were working in parallel, and each team assumed that another team was handling final approvals, right? So they did not really communicate, they did not ask was a problem, right? They were not on the same page. And the decision they took was, when they realized that this is the problem, decision they took was they assigned one owner for all sign-offs. And then outcome was the next phase launched on time. That means everything was rectified and was under control because they took the decision at the right time. And they understood the problem. And insight, ownership matters more than the effort, right? Now, how do we incorporate this in sales, right? I'm going to share something with you very special on how, when we talk about sales, when we talk about converting the sales, what to talk. It is always whenever we are talking to people, whenever we are just a minute. Yeah. So whenever we are talking to people, we are talking about what they can get out of the service, right? Not what a particular thing can do. I will not talk about what this, what are the features of this, but what can I do? I can have a soothing sleep maybe, right? So if I have sleep problem, when I have to sell this to my client, I can say that, this, if you put it, or if you put the white noise on, you can sleep better. Right. So this is what the fact, and this is the fact, and this is not the feature, but the benefit is what I'm telling. So it is how we talk to them. Right. And there now, allow me again to share my screen to some of the interesting and amazing things that probably you'll love to have, and you'll take a screenshot of that, and we can also give it to you as a handout. One moment, I'll just share. So this is a tabular form. This will tell you, this will let you know how we all should be talking to our clients, right? Storytelling for sales. Now see, the key insights is inside a well-deserved story multiplies its impact. But how? Now, instead of what, you can say what, right? Talk more about impact and outcome rather than features. Now, instead of this washing machine finishes the cycle in 20 minutes, we should better say you will save time for your hobbies and personal activities. The software automates reports. It's better always to say you will stop spending evenings creating reports manually. So we will tell them what they are getting out of it. It's not the feature of what, because nobody will buy. If you tell them about any book or I'll tell them about anything, but what they can do. If you tell them about just buy this diary, probably nobody would buy. But if you tell them that if you can, do journaling, you can write, and you can just keep this, beside your bed, definitely people will buy, right? The app sends instant notification. You will never miss an important update again. So instead of saying the app sends instant notifications, you will never miss an important update again. The chair has great support. The chair has, if you are talking about the chair, now this is only to make you understand that how, when we tell people the benefits that they are going to get, this changes the complete game. You will feel less back pain after long working hours. When we say this, it makes a difference, right? The phone battery lasts 48 hours. You won't worry about charging your phone all the time. So you won't have to worry about charging your phone all the time because the battery lasts 48 hours, right? This tool reduces processing time. Your team will finish work faster and leave on time if you have this tool, because it reduces processing time. You can work now here. The platform stores data securely. You can work without worrying about data loss. So whenever we are into sales, whenever we are, we all are selling, right? Even the mother feeding the child is selling, right? Even the mother feeding the child is selling. Now you'll say, what selling? What is the mother getting out of it? It is emotional selling, right? What is mother getting out of it? What is mother getting out of it? Mother is getting that emotional, happiness. She's happy that the child is eating. She's selling. She's of course selling. Now let us get back to this. The AC cools the room in 5 minutes. You will feel comfortable almost immediately after switching it on. The course has 20 modules. You'll gain practical skills you can apply immediately at work. Right? The CRM tracks every customer interaction. Instead of this, better say you will know exactly where every deal stands. See, it's all the game of practice. It is all consistency. It probably may not come today, but once you start seeing things and paint a story out of every picture, you will get there, right? We all are learning, and we all sometimes perform better, we sometimes don't perform better, but we introspect, we get to the reason, okay, why I could not make a sale or why I did not close this deal could be because of the reasons that I may not have told proper benefits to the clients. It is not only about the features, because everybody is selling features. The car has advanced safety features. You will feel more confident driving with your family. Now, car is a question of, it is the question of dignity in India, right? So you probably may sell dignity also. You may say that, okay, when people see that you're coming or driving this car, all eyes will be on you, right? The tool integrates with existing systems. You won't have to change the way you already work. This service has a 24-hour response time. No, don't talk about the service. You will never feel stuck waiting for support. The software reduces errors by 30%. You will spend less time fixing mistakes. This meeting is only 30 minutes long. You will get more time back in your day. Right? The device is lightweight. You can carry it comfortably wherever you go. The process is fully automated. You won't need to. No, it's what you should not say. Instead of the process is fully automated, say you won't need to consistently monitor or follow up. Don't say the system gives real-time updates. Say you will always know what is happening without asking. Instead of saying the plan reduces operational costs, you will be able to invest that saved money elsewhere. The tool is easy to use. You will start using it confidently from day one. Right. I hope we all know, now we understood the context and the challenge of story writing. What does a story writing has? It has the context, it has the challenge, it has some decision making, and then comes the outcome, and then comes the insight. Right. So now I'll show you the framework, and I request all of you to at least take 5 to 6 minutes and form a story based on that. Right. Let us form a story based on the context. I'll show you the framework on screen based on context. That means what was the situation, what was the challenge that you faced. And when you're talking about the challenge, you can talk about the numbers. You can talk about the numbers, and I'll show you how. Let me show you. And then we'll form a story. Here. So when we spoke about the missed deadline, the context was during a product launch, 3 teams were working in parallel. Now we need to add numbers also here. I will write my story, you will write your story, and we are going to post it in chat. Okay. Challenge was each team assumed another team was handling final approvals. This we just read. Okay. Decision, we assigned one owner for all sign-offs. Outcome, the next phase launched on time. Insight, ownership matters more than the effort. Right. So now here, let us now change the topic. It's not about the missed deadline. Let us take, okay, you can give me options. What should we take? What should we take over the chat? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Can you give me some option? How to tell story for selling jewelry. All right. How to tell story for selling jewelry. That's Vinay. All right, Vinay. What's the challenge here? What's the context here? The context. Let us take this example. How to tell story for selling jewelry. Okay. Probably the context is that you launched some new jewelry. Okay. You launched some new designs, new jewelry, and now the challenge is that you are not probably reaching your target audience, right? That's the challenge. And we need to take some decision which will give us some outcome and which will have some insight. Now, how to tell? Now, this is the story. Now, we create a story right now for selling the jewelry. Okay. When we come to selling the jewelry, what are the things that people look for? What are the things that ladies generally look for? Who's the target audience? Who's the target audience majorly for jewelry? Women. Women is the target audience, definitely. And what are the challenge? What is the challenge that we generally face? What is the challenge that we generally face? Maybe the price. appeal, design, quality. It could be price also, right? Because every now and then the price keeps changing. Gold prices are really going high, right? Value for money people look for, right? Right. So now what people, okay, I'll tell you very simple thing how we can, I won't set a story for you, story you are going to set and tell me. I'll just give you the context. Now, during what the problem that we faced was that now people were not buying the gold jewelry. Why? Because why they were not buying? They were not buying because again, the price rose really high. Now gold is out of so many people's reach. Challenge. Again, the challenge was that again inventory is the designs are kept in the shops or in the showrooms. Nobody is coming and even buying. People just come for window shopping and go. That's the biggest challenge with I think jewelers. People come in window shop and go. They just check the designs. Now, decision that was taken by the company could be I'm just thinking out loud. Why not reduce the carat? Okay, that probably reduces the price. And when it reduces the price, it increases my ability to buy that. Right? And I want to buy gold. I am probably, I'm your target audience, and not all women are going to be your target. Okay, who's going to be your target? Your target audience is going to be somebody who can spend that money on gold, somebody who socializes, somebody who probably goes to kitty parties, somebody who loves to show the new jewelry every time, but it has to be gold. Gold plated, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about reducing the carat, because nowadays jewelers are also selling 9 carat and 14 carats, right? So people, you set it according to their buying capability, right? But still they're buying gold. What Palmunaz is doing, right? If you know about that brand, this brand is also selling gold jewelry. They are selling artificial, they are selling gold plated, yes, but they're tapping both the markets. They're tapping both the markets. They're tapping even the people, those who can spend on gold, but not those people, those who can spend a lot on golds, those who really want 24 or 22 carats. So reducing the carat. So here the context is that, okay, context is gold jewelry again could be the context. Then challenge could be each team assumed, and okay, here the challenge could be with that you were not getting low sales. Definitely low sales was the challenge. And decision was, since we reduced, how do we say we reduced the carat only? All the jewelers in the room, please tell me, how do we say that? You reduced the carat, what do we call that term? And the outcome was the next phase launched on time. Here, the outcome was we could target even the middle class for gold, right? We could target middle or upper middle class for gold. And the insight was the inventory got sold in a matter of 5 months or 6 months, right? Yeah, are you with me? But how are you going to sell? How are you going to tell a customer to buy this? How are you going to tell them? You are going to tell them that this is, of course, you are selling them gold, right? Addressing worry after purchase subscription story for selling solar plant. Okay, we'll come to that if we have time, Pankaj. But yeah, what I am right now doing is the jewelry thing. And for jewelry selling, what can we say? What can we say to ladies? We can always tell them that they are buying original gold. It's just the carat, so you don't have to really talk much about the carat. You have to tell them that, of course, this comes in your budget. It will make you look beautiful. Right. Every little piece that you wear, now it's statement piece. Even if you are selling, real gold of 22 carat, make your design so integrate like small, little, and then sell it accordingly. Right. You can tell them that once you wear this beautiful neck piece, it is all that people are going to see. Right. Now, these pieces are also made according to the neckline of your dress. If your neckline is V, one must try this. If your neckline is round, one must try this chain with pearls. right? So when we are, hey ma'am, this jewelry is built for someone like you who's really cute looking, beautiful, and loved by your favorite person. You will look so different in the crowd for sure. This is in ERA Software Private Limited, okay? Nice. We are selling you something precious, not only that is beautiful, beautifully you, but it's lifetime investment. Of course, it is an investment. Of course, gold is an investment. Telling like, man, this jewelry is built for someone like you. Okay, for Uday, it doesn't work. We can give now resale value is important, gold value increases. You can also tell them to help you, so that they bring their own gold. You can always say that, these are new designs. You can always, exchange them for the gold that they have at home, right? Because now exchange your old designs with this new integrate piece. That can also be said. Enhancing the beauty, of course, gold enhances the beauty. Now, let us take some other example. Gold is an investment. Of course, gold is an investment. And nowadays, it is a major investment. Yeah, any more? We still have 10 minutes. How to motivate online employees. How to motivate online employees. So, okay, Shweta, keep checking in between, is what I would say. Can we check once how this wonderful statement, who wrote this? Can we check once how this piece of jewelry can look if worn by someone like you? High-end luxury real estate. High-end luxury real estate. What can you say? You can always show high-end luxury real estate. I think you can sell features. You have to back it up with the data. You have to tell what kind of people have bought the house in the locality. You can always vouch for them. You can always, if you have the budget, always have some celebrity buy a house in that vicinity or in that society. Your all the flats will be booked and would be sold in minutes. You can also take bank loan on gold. Okay, high-end luxury real estate. One major thing that I gave you is for people to make someone known buy a house in that apartment. Then is wedding in your family, but worried that you will not show off your relatives with new jewelry due to unaffordable prices. We heard you launching 14 karat jewelry with same touch, finish, and glitter at just 30% of the 22 karat gold is a beautiful, wonderful example given by Ritesh Kumar Jain. Big round of applause. It's a beautiful wedding in your family, but you are worried that you will not show off your relatives what kind of new jewelry due to unaffordable prices. So here we are launching. Now you cannot tell people now here something is not right where we don't tell them that you can't afford or you can't show off. Just simply say you look beautiful. You are going to look lovely in this amazing piece which is curated just for you. Launching a 14 karat jewelry with same touch finish and easy on pocket. Easy on pocket. Right? Easy on pocket. And of course, it's an investment because whatever you are selling in gold, 9 karat, 10 karat, 12 karat, or 14 karat, always talk about investment. Because when people think about investment and when they know it is going to come back to me, if I sell this, money is going to be multiplied. See, gold prices always go high. Right, always and always. So even if it is 9 karat and you are selling it for, say, probably today you are selling it a 10,000 thing for a 9 karat for 10,000. Tomorrow you can tell them that the price will always increase. Right, so it's an investment, even if you're buying 14 karat or 9 karat. So gold is timeless. You carried your collection from your ancestors and you will leave behind a legacy too, of course, because, and you can always say, well, whatever piece they pick, you can probably say, your choice is beautiful. Princesses pick this design. Many people do not have this taste, right? Some people, only few people have this taste. There is something about your taste. There is something about what you're picking up. It is a great piece.
Just
Okay.
sharing, I was at the bridal story organized by V2 Ladies in Kolkata 2 days back. I'm an advisor and secretary at chapter also. So when I picked up few pieces, she said, "You have an eye for my signature pieces." So immediately I felt so, whoa, I'm choosing the right thing. So I can so relate to what you're saying, Parul. You have an eye for all the signature pieces. आप वही उठा रहे हो जो एकदम यूनिक है.
Right.
So immediately I felt, oh, I'm an image
But
consultant, So
very few people have that. And I have seen, I'll just share my experience also. I went to somebody's house and she said, Parul, I'm going to show you all my jewelry. I just took out from locker and I'll just show you and I'll put it back. And she opened her jewelry and I said, where did you buy it from? She said, it's all from Tanishq. And I said, even going to Tanishq, picking up those designs which you probably get in a mela for a artificial jewelry, and that too what our nannies never had. So again, I was not impressed with the designs, but people, when they have an eye for the design, they have an eye for the design. Some people do not have an eye for the design. They'll go to the major big showrooms also and still pick those. So again, it's their choice and nobody is wrong and right here. It's all about stories. It's all about selling stories. It's all about picking what story you want to pick. It's all about that. It's about, as I said, that, see things around, even a cup, even a spoon in your house has come after a story has been sold to you. Right. So nothing nowadays, yes, it does happen that, there are silent stories also. People don't really think that what is a silent story? A silent story is you go to a showroom, you pick stuff all by yourself and you buy. So there is a silent story behind that, the way they display, the way they show the features, the way the pictures are made. So those are silent stories. You feel that nobody is talking to you and you are relaxed because it's not pushy sales. That's the fact, but stories are still there. Stories are still there because the features and the things and everything, the benefits are now mentioned so right in front of your eyes, and they're so vibrant that yes, you pick up. And what I'm saying is, what my I'm just I'll just see the time, and probably I do have only 5 minutes left. It's 5 to 6. So, okay, what I am trying to say here is that stories are not big stories. A story can be one line too. A story can be one statement that, probably clicks the other person's mind like, yes, I'm going to buy this today, or I'm going to have it today. When somebody was talking about real estate, how to sell. You are selling dreams. People don't, in real estate, people don't care about a few lakhs spent, they spend more, but what they care about, how they feel in the house. So again, it's the person's ability to tell them and to make them understand what they're getting in the house. So you can always say what humans love. They love peace. They love quiet time. You can sell those, right? You can probably sell, every corner of the house by stating the beauty, what they can do in every corner. You should be ready with, let them not do the homework. You do the homework. People love plants, right? People love balconies. So when they come to see those the real estate projects, you probably can tell them, आप बता सकते हो उन्हें कि आप यहाँ पे कैसा फील करोगे, यहाँ पे बैठ के आप चाय पियोगे सुबह की। उनको वो दिखाओ, उनको ये मत दिखाओ कि ये देखो ये 4 स्क्वायर फीट का, ये 5 इतना है, वो नहीं खरीदेंगे वैसा। उनको आप ये बताओ, आप यहाँ बैठ के चाय पी सकते हो सुबह की। You can have you can see your children doing homework here. This is a dining space or this is a study space. यहाँ बैठ के आप ऑफिस का काम कर सकते हो रिलैक्स्ड होके। हियर यू कैन पुट योर कॉफी मशीन। सो ऑल ऑफ द कंफर्ट दैट यू शो देम, this is a place to probably you can assign for your coffee machine. You can stay in one room and prepare your coffee and then अपने काम में आप लगे रह सकते हो. ऐसे करके हम बात कर सकते हैं. फिर विंडोज दिखा के आप बात कर सकते हो. व्हाट ब्यूटीफुल व्यू की बात कर सकते हैं. इफ देयर इज एंड आई सॉ समबडीज advertisement on Instagram. Can you imagine how that person sold that bekar house? I'll tell you. The view was pathetic outside. So he said, you go to the balcony and look at your home. You'll feel so happy seeing your home. So I said, okay, come on. This is also one of the story that people say. Okay, you go to the balcony and see your home, and you'll be amazed to see how beautifully you've decorated it. So this is also one way of selling. And I remember once in Mr. Shiv Khera's program, somebody asked, the real estate person only came and asked that, nowadays the houses, the size has reduced now. अभी बहुत छोटे कमरे हो गए हैं और लोग खरीदते नहीं हैं. And the bed is also small. I mean, queen's bed now they put. Otherwise, earlier they used to have those king size beds. Now they have queen size beds. So that time, this is 15 years back I'm talking about. So Mr. Khera told him that, whenever you are showing them the house, always talk to the lady of the house. Do not talk to the man of the house when they both come. Always talk to the lady of the house, because husband may be the head of the family, a woman is the neck of the family, is what he said. So if you convince her, talk to her, make eye contact only with her, and then show her the house. Because men would always probably feel, now this is for you to understand, men would always feel that the houses are small, the room was small. Show a woman the house. Tell her, ma'am, this is the bed. This is a beautiful room. Or, talk about the princesses and the queens and, how they managed in their, peacetime and happy time. So this is also one of the things that probably you can implement, the real estate people, especially talking to the women when you have a couple coming in. Right? Yeah, so here we are. And anything that you would like to say, Shashi, if you have something to say about the session today, or
Thank you, Parul, for that insightful session with a lot of examples, and you took up situations and problems shared by people from their own domain. So if someone was an interior designer, so you answered all their queries already, I think. So we also learned how to deliver stories that influence and create an impact. So that ultimately drives action, and which is selling your business, or your uh, if you're in a job, then cracking that deal. So thank you once again, Parul. So one thing I would personally want to know is if you could share the framework, like 1, 2, 3, 4, the steps, the
yes.
quick 5 steps or 4 steps, if you can share that framework, how to uh, uh, curate, or present your own story in a very impactful manner, in a very impressive manner. Some quick steps.
Some quick steps to frame a story about selling something, right?
हाँ, जेनेरिक सबके लिए जो एप्लीकेबल हो, सिर्फ एक इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक नहीं, सभी के लिए
Okay.
एक.
So there's a framework. Probably the first thing that you need to keep again in mind is who's the target and who you are talking to. Right? That's the first thing. I'll just put it in the chat also. Who's your target? Right? That's number one. Because again, if as when we were speaking about the jewelry thing, so there could be upper middle class, there could be middle class also. Then there could be some people who are aspirational, right? Aspirational as in people, those who want to buy but may not have that much of money, right? So as who's your target and what you can show to them, right? That is number one, who's your target. And again, when you are talking to them, flip your script according to the target. You need to flip your script. As I said, the first thing is to understand who your target is, then flip your script as per the target. And now how will you gauge that the person, who your target is, by asking few questions, right? How can you ask questions like, okay, you can ask personal questions. You can offer them tea, water, or something. You can ask them, what do you do? Where do you go to college? Or whether you're a housewife. You get to know when you become a little pally with them, talk to them. So it has to be conversational, right? The story, now you can say story cannot be a complete story thing, but it can be conversational. The more you be conversational with your client, the more you get to know about them, right? So gauge, observe, and then when you need to flip your script and you need to observe. Observation is also one of the part of the framework. When you observe, then that will help you take some decision, what designs that you can show. This is one example I'm taking, but probably you can maybe apply it in other things also. Then the target, flip your script, observe. After observation, then you can present them with something that you have for them, right? Then you can show them that this is something that I have, and this is something that will suit you. So do not, what generally jewelers do is when they gauge that the person's capability of buying, they show them those things only particularly, right? So again, then present and then help them in making their help in, I'm just writing it out and I'll just put it. And then helping them in buying, helping them in decision.
So if I have to, summarize it in a very short format, it can be like, I understand how you feel, so you connect and you converse and ask questions. I also felt the same way, so you share your experience that I also went through that, and this is what I found. So three F's, which I have also always used. So that is what Parul trying to say, that I feel what you feel. I also felt the same and I found this. So that's how you're also providing a solution to the problem. And I also face the same. Did I summarize it the right way, Parul?
Yes, you have. I feel, and I found something for you, and I also face the same, could be objection handling.
Sure.
It
Okay.
could be a part of, you are right, objections happen. It could be a part of objection handling when the person rejects your idea of buying.
Okay. Mm.
When he says that, no, I don't want this house. For example, I don't want this flat because I do not have the budget. Then you can talk about the loan thing. You can talk about, I also felt the same. And I found, when I found this home, or when I found out that, if I buy this house, and how would I feel? I also felt the same. Feel, found, what you said? Feel, found, and
Feel, felt, found.
feel, felt, found. Huh. Feel is, I also feel the same. I,
I
I, I feel what you feel.
feel,
I felt
I felt the
the
same.
same
And
way, and I found out that when I bought this house. So you can always convert it. This is the part of objection handling, by the way.
okay.
Yeah. So yes, you are right. But when we are at first in first go, when we are talking to the client, we can talk about the target. We can think when we are stitching a story. So understanding your audience and who you're talking to definitely is the main thing.
Yes.
Yes, I
So,
get you. Yeah.
someone is asking, is there a certificate? So, Sachin, can you again share that Google form? So, there's an assessment after this session, which you can fill up, and when you submit, then you receive a digital certificate from our end, the participation certificate. Sachin has just shared, if you can see, Jito Epics. So, you just fill in this assessment form, and you will get the digital certificate. So we can have few questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, then you can type on the chat box, not to make it chaotic, and we can take those questions, and then we will wind up around 6:30. So if you have any questions, kindly type them on the chat box, and we will take them. Or we can, or Sajjan, can we let them unmute?
Yes, ma'am. We have given them the access.
So, if any one of you have any questions, then you can throw them, and Parul would be happy to answer them.
I wanted to ask a question that at times we also need to realize that we need to stop this story. So when do you
Okay,
take that decision and save yourself time?
who am I speaking to?
Uday here.
Uday, yeah. Uday, what did you just say? That at times we need to stop the story.
So when should we understand that this story is not working or people are
Okay,
losing interest into pivot or something into change? What are the
okay.
signs?
The signs are that, every time everybody would not be interested. And we've also been in that place, right? We've also been customers where we've not paid heed to any other person's story. It has happened with us also. So,
Absolutely.
at, right. So at that point of time, when you realize that the person, see, everybody cannot be your client. That's number one. Right, because everybody is here to teach us something. We can always say that. Yes, there is a pressure. There's a pressure of, completing the targets. There's a pressure of bringing them on board so that, there is profit. Of course, we all are here for that. In that case, when we realize, see, sometimes it's too late, sometimes it's in the middle we realize. When in the middle we realize that, we spin our story accordingly. And we don't ever leave the story. We don't ever tell them, stop telling them the story. Story is always a part of selling, right? But we spin it accordingly. What the person, if the person is not interested, if you could just give an example to me, I can just assure you the right answer.
So usually what happens is you if you're working in a jewelry field and you're working at the showroom, the
Right.
pressure from inside the store is to sell the designs which are there, companies invested into it.
Okay.
And customers have some picture in the mind what they've seen and they're attracted to something which they've seen in the friend's hand or something like that.
Okay.
So how to fill that gap? Because वहां पे pressure होता है कि जो है वो बेचो, and the customer is नहीं ये नहीं वो नहीं, that's it.
See, you will always find that those clients, and some clients are very picky and choosy about their particular designs. Right? If this is a recurring problem, in that case, probably the jeweler has to come up with something which can probably customize their designs. Right. If you have something and you are selling, I totally understand. If you can try, you'll have to try and convince that person. You can let them even choose and pick and choose and wear, because that is the only way when people can feel and realize that what's suiting them. Right. If we are not letting them touch, I don't know what happens in your showroom, but if we are very possessive about our designs and we've kept them aside and we're not letting them even try and then forcing them to buy, if this is happening, then probably it may not work. They will never be convinced until they try. So trying, of course, is a part of storytelling. When you let them try and then you compliment them. You should be the first one to compliment always. This looks good on you, ma'am. Why don't you ask whoever has come with them, right? Husband or mother-in-law or whoever. Why don't you ask them? So when they ask, because generally women are not very, they don't get convinced with one design, and which is a true fact. But we are like that, right? We don't get convinced with one thing. So in that case, what we do is we ask people, how is it? How is it? How is it? Even the people working in showroom can say, ma'am, it looks beautiful. Or if you want to build that trust on that woman, show other piece and say, ma'am, why don't you try this? Even if it is a little less in price, show that and say, ma'am, I think this looks better. Say that, because that will form trust. See, again, we are selling, and it's not manipulation. It's all, how you sell. So probably you can suppose, for example, something is for 100 rupees and something is for 99, and if she is wearing a 100 rupee piece and she's saying, I don't know if this looks good on me or not, so show her the 99 rupee one and say, why don't you try this? It's slightly less in price also, it may look good on you. And when she tries it on and you say, oh, yes, it definitely looks good on you, the other person with her, ask them also. So you are not being pushy, because what generally the salesperson does is he tries to sell, high ticket thing. That, okay, not this, then buy this, try this. And then he gets confused, they get confused, and they leave the shop and go away. So in that case, probably you can always and always Ask them to try even the lesser to build the trust so that you are helping them. They should not feel you are selling, you are helping them. And you are helping them, you have to also realize that you're helping them from beginning till the end. When you feel that you're helping them in making some decision, they will trust you. But if they do not like, they will not buy. So be ready even for that. Right? Now, what you're doing right now is practicing. Right? You're helping them by helping them try. This is practice. This will build you also as a salesperson. Tomorrow, you may lose 10 people, but from the 11th one, you may bring more sales in. That could also be the practice that you can get after this. Once you make up your mind of helping your client and not just being very pushy in selling, is what I feel. So you
Okay,
can even show them, yeah.
yeah, thank you, Parul, for giving so many instances. And just to add, I think what Parul said, the first step, understanding the target audience is very important. कि वो analytical है कि emotional है. अब आप किसी you're dealing with the husband, आपको पता चल गया वो decision maker है. तो आप ज्यादा stories बनाएंगे तो वो नहीं चलेगा because that person is analytical. So आपको you have to understand that personality and the characteristics of the person. जो पारुल ने कहा कि अंडरस्टैंड द टारगेट ऑडियंस, आप पहले समझो कि उसको कहानी चलेगी कि डेटा चलेगा, कि वो रैशनल ज्यादा है कि वो इमोशनल ज्यादा है. सो आई थिंक we can take the last question and then we'll wind up with a vote of thanks from our secretary Maniji Jain. So the last question.
I hope that helped, Uday. I didn't hear from you actually.
Yeah, he sent those thumbs ups and all.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yes.
So one last question. Should a male sell to female and vice versa? Pratik has asked. Let's take questions from the chat, I think. Should a
Why
male
not?
sell to female and vice versa?
Why not? But what is the product? I want to know that. Why not a male sell to female and female selling male?
This is Pratik Sanghvi here. Hi.
Hi,
Uh,
Pratik.
in construction industry, I mean, they generally say the opposite side sex should be selling to. Is that helps? I mean, is that
Yes, that helps. I
okay?
totally
And
agree.
that should always be the case.
See, again, you have to gauge. Again, I say that storytelling is not, one should not do it by book because it's context challenge, all of those things. One should not do it by book. We should apply our mind also sometimes when to stop, like Uday rightly said, when to stop and what to do. So, yeah, it should not be the case always because sometimes you'll find possessive males also coming in between and they won't let you talk to their ladies. This may happen. I'm just stating facts here. This happens.
No,
So
it's true.
it's true. They may not let you, talk to their wife. They'll come in between and say, talk to me, okay? मेरे से बात करना कहाँ जा रहा है? They probably would say that also. Right? So in that case, yes, change the story. Change the story. Don't go by the book. Because if you go by the book, you may appear as somebody who doesn't have emotional intelligence. Right? A salesperson have to be super emotionally intelligent. Yeah.
Thank you, Pratik, for the
Thank you.
question. Now I would ask Maniji to convey the vote of thanks. Over to you, Maniji.
Thank you, Shashiji. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Parul, for your engaging sessions. Quite practical frameworks, insights, and also customizations to various purposes. The kind of things which we need for our audience also. But before I proceed with the vote of thanks, may I request all of you to come on camera and let's have a group picture because we'd like to see each other, learning with each other. So if we can do that, it'll be great. And it's so nice to see Pankaj Jain. Pankaj ji, I've seen you across all GKG sessions. I really honor your commitment. You've been there throughout every single topic, consistently being there for the GKG. So thank you so much, Pankaj.
Trying if I can learn something, but trying my best.
No, no, superb. We love your participation. Okay, maybe all do just a we, and then let's pose for this picture, and I'll take a screenshot.
The consistency gives you recognition also.
Yeah, it is skill for success. 1 second. Okay. Yep, it's done. Okay, superb. So thank you all. Thank you all for your engaging participation. I'm sure जितना मैंने सीखा उससे ज़्यादा कहीं आप लोगों ने भी सीखा. मैं बीच बीच में डिस्ट्रैक्टेड थी इधर उधर. So ये रिकॉर्डिंग मैं दोबारा देखने वाली हूँ, Parul. And thank you, Parul, for being there for us. And Parul, you can show, share your social media handles in the chat box so that anyone of us who wants to reach out to you personally can do that. And I hope आप सबने assessment form भर दिया है, because once your assessment is done, that is when we'll be able to trigger your digital certificates to your email address. So thank you Asit ji, thank you Shashi ji for being a very superb moderator, and obviously thank you Parul. We can't thank you enough. Thank you for this beautiful and wonderful session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mani. And it has
Thank you,
been a
Mani
pleasure.
ji, for coordinating with Parul ji. And I think we learned how to turn ideas and data into powerful stories for our personal, professional, and social lives. Uh, So again, implementation is the key. Parul ने इतना सारा कुछ शेयर किया. We need to implement, and as she said, try करते रहो. And then 10th नहीं तो 11वां इंसान तो क्लिक हो गई और वो ज्यादा रेवेन्यू लेके आएगा. So wonderful having you over here. Thanks for the honor, Aruli, and thanks Mani. वो travel कर रही है, still she made time and she was part of GKG session. So that's how we conclude the power of business narratives session. And thank you all for being here. Look forward to GKG sessions in future, and please fill up that assessment form